What's up, everybody? My name is Garrett Hartle, and this week we are not at Reach Out Reptiles. I'm actually on the road visiting the Farrelly family with Reptile Revival.
Hey guys.
Kathy said that she's going to give you guys a tour of the reptile setup.
We've got the first room here on the left.
I like all the boxes. Who's this over here?
So this is Charlotte. She's our 50% jam girl.
With a food
She's
response.
got an amazing food response.
It's okay, you missed me.
I love that about the Retics.
Now this guy looks familiar.
Yes, this guy was produced by Richard Bilbo.
You guys remember the tour over at Richard's house? This is like his kind of famous, the double head snow stuff, right?
Yep.
They have the most unique, they're really high percentage Kalatoa, with a little bit of Jamp in them. But this one in particular, look at that pattern.
Yeah.
That's a bloodline you can recognize a mile away. That's pretty cool.
So we're excited to see what he throws in the next year or two.
Now, this year is your guys' first year to attempt breeding Retics, right?
Correct, yeah.
And the first pairing is actually that guy,
It
Mozart.
Yep.
Bred to who?
Bred to Duchess, this girl right over here. She is
Hiding.
She's hiding right now. Yeah.
So this is a GC tiger, a
Head
head
albino.
albino.
Yep.
So you'll at least prove out if he's a head albino or not,
Correct.
which would be fun. And I remember this girl comes from the Travis Kubas line stuff.
Yep.
And her mom was a 50% Kalatoa tiger that was pretty small.
Yeah, she was.
So even though she was bred to a mainland, I assume golden child obviously of some kind, she came from a really small mom. So like as a 25% super dwarf, that's pretty small. I don't think that's typical of that low percentage. So.
Yeah.
But it's nice that she came from, hi sweetie, look at this head.
She's got the dainty head. We named her Duchess because she just kind of has like a royalty about her, and she was kind of a high maintenance girl when we first got her. She was a bit jumpy and a bit bitey.
Yeah.
We cured her of that pretty quick, but she's got like the dainty head, whereas some of the other ones have like that square pit bull face, you know, a lot more like an angry eyes sort of thing. But she's just a little princess.
This is the bulldog head you're talking. You guys are big into the Selayer stuff.
Yeah, I love the Selayers.
Zach Nava will be happy about that. He definitely wants a shout out on this video. He's all into Slayers. He's got a pair of Selayer tigers like this.
Hey Zach, you want to see our baby girl? This is Cleopatra with a lemon yellow head.
And you were talking about she has like angry eyebrow look
Yeah, I love it.
to her. She just looks hard.
Yeah. And she is a 50% Selayer tiger. I think she's had albino too.
This thing, just to have that much of like a, look at the blacks and whites on her.
I love
You
the
only
white
get that
ones.
stuff in Slayers.
Yeah.
And she's a good size. She's like big, but not huge. What would you say? She's like 9 feet maybe?
Yeah.
So, and she'd probably got a few feet to grow,
Yep.
but easily manageable snake, and definitely has that awesome wild look.
Funny that you say manageable, because I've heard from more than one person that Selayers are notorious for just being ornery little monsters, and she doesn't quite have that personality, so I think it's maybe just, you know, with anything, individuals.
I think it's you guys,
tendencies.
because no, I'm serious. Like, you said you took that one, and she's crazy and bitey and all that kind of stuff, but you guys are obviously very confident, very calm, and that gives the animal confidence. This is a pure Selayer. Got to get these for Kathy.
Oh yeah.
So like I said before, like Reptile Revival, just really 2019, like, oh my gosh, you guys went overboard on the locality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, getting pairs of the pure localities, which is cool because not a lot of people have them.
Yeah.
And so, do you know how many different pure localities you guys have now?
I think we have 5.
I think 5.
5 localities of Retics, which is insane because, I don't know, nobody had that many locality Retics, you know, before, but it's becoming a more and more common thing.
Yeah.
So this is Selayer. This particular one is from a wild-caught male bred to a female who was produced by parthenogenesis. So this is not a partho, but her mom was. So that kind of flies in the face of everyone that says, you know, parthos always have problems or whatever. You know, her mom is, I think, 3 times proven breeder partho from a wild-caught. So a wild-caught Selayer parthoed out. So this is a really unique bloodline from a wild-caught male to a captive bred female who came from a wild-caught partho clutch. This one was from a Gary Lawless Selayer. They're probably the more popular ones that you see in captivity today. Bred to the most recent clutch of Selayers before these in the U.S. was 2016.
Wow.
At a place in Texas called Pets of Plenty. So the dad was from that clutch. So there haven't been any in 4 years. But it's kind of neat. You can see, you said you like the angry eyes and the bulldog heads.
Yeah.
These guys have such wide cheeks and squared noses and just thick, inky blacks. Those are the things that lend itself so well into that tiger. You know, you can see that white coming up the sides. So it's really neat. And Selayer is a very, very strong locality. I've had animals that were literally like 6.25% Selayer, and they still had those lemon yellow heads and bold blacks. So they're a really cool locality to work with. So this is a female Jampea from the first breeding of them in somewhere around a decade. And so she's 100% head anery. She's from an old, they used to call them pastel or hypo line Jampeas. And they were just so beautiful, but it turns out they were anery. This is back in the day before anyone knew anery was a thing. People were producing them, and they just thought some jams have beautiful, crazy silvers. So she came from one of those, which was a highly selectively bred, captive bred bloodline. My favorite as a kid. I always wanted one. And I was able to get a hold of a wild-caught male from one of the last imports before they were shut down. And so, which was really cool. And so we bred the wild-caught male to that female to bring in all new genetic diversity. They're 100% head anery, first ones in a decade. And Jampeas are the locality that really started it all. So like all the cool looks of the, you know, your double hats and stuff like that, that comes from that Jampea locality. Oh, these are fun. These are Kayuadis, but not just any Kayuadis. These are from Dr. Winslow Murdoch. So they're Doc Murdoch line Kayuadis. The Doc Murdoch line tends to have these really connectedness, and you guys got a stellar one, but they're super connected pattern. And then you can see how rich orange they have on the sides, and those little silver side flames going up, like fully encapsulated by that orange. Look how much orange is in there. Yeah. That translates really well into morphs, but even I think for people who just wanted like a spectacular looking miniaturized retic, and they wanted something that was completely completely natural, untouched by, you know, like captive bred morph mongering or whatever. Kayuadi is perfect. So you've got a pair of those. These guys are super cute, and they're almost 6 months old, and they're about as big around as my finger. So this guy should possibly be ready to breed in about another year. And I think that this Kayuadi girl, she's what now? How old is that one?
This one is 2.5.
2.5 years old.
Yeah, she'll be 3.
So right around the time that he's ready to breed, she'll be ready to breed.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
That's pretty handy. And they're unrelated, so you've got pure Kayuadis that are unrelated. You can see a lot of similarities. Got a little bit of zigzagging in this line, but the black is not as defined. It kind of speckles out. Still a ton of color. Silver side spears. Hi, honey. How you doing? So that's a really nice pure locality. This one is not a pure locality, but it's got a ton of locality influence in it. So this has Madu and Kalatoa. Yeah. So it's 75% super dwarf total. And the Madu really makes a clean, light, bright animal. She's also an anery. You can see that very, very, almost like a lilac color tone, especially like her head and eyes. Look at this. Come here, girl. Show off your pretty face. Look at that.
She is beautiful. And her color, like that tan, creamy coloring, it almost looks like it melts onto her. And we said, we debated on names on her. I said, we should name her Grace. Either that or Fondue.
Well, it's really cool. I think this is a really underrated combo. You have Sunfire, which gives it like an orange wash over the whole snake, and then anery that removes all the orange pigment. So instead you get this like clear green, just super weird. Like you can't get a more blue and green retic than this thing right here, with the tiger cleaning it up and brightening it up, and then that Sunfire and the anery.
So this is a Brazilian Rainbow Boa that we got from a friend.
Just give me my tour buddy. I'm gonna hang
Oh my goodness, go for it. Yeah, she'll hang. She's amazing.
This is a TK line Kalatoa. Super funky one. I don't know if it was incubation or what, but this thing just, I don't know. It's really clean. There's zero speckling anywhere, which is kind of, the TK Kalatoas get that. But I don't know if it's just the way that the rosettes blend into the top pattern like that. just a very, very unique animal. And she's what, like 2 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 2-year-old snake I can fit in the palm of my hand for a retic, and this was a holdback that Brian got. So
Have I mentioned my husband has amazing negotiating skills?
yeah, I
Well,
should mention
or lack
that
of
too.
self-control. One of the
Yeah,
So this, I just don't even know what to say about him. He's stunning. This is a lavender snow motley possible tiger.
yeah, that's right. I
Right?
forgot.
Um,
What do you guys think? Is that a tiger? Is that a Motley tiger, or is that not? Comment below. Snake identification experts. The tough thing is Motley's stripe out a lot, so the fact that he's striped alone doesn't necessarily mean he carries the tiger gene. He is like,
it's like purple and green.
yeah. That thing is so wild. It looks like it's literally illuminated from underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is highlighter yellow. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So this is Trixie. She is 25 Kalatoa, 25 Jamp, platinum, pos het anery.
That's such a weird looking platinum. It's super dark.
Yeah.
You can tell it's platinum because it's got all that reduced pattern and everything, but look at this. Like it's got that really bright platinum yellow, but the base color of the animal is such a dark charcoal gray
Yeah.
that they kind of contrast and fight against each other. Really neat looking.
Yeah, she's got that awesome, I mean, they all have that white dot a little bit, but some of them just looks like you used a needle and thread to like string it through them, you know? And
Stitching
then hers
all
like
the way up.
disappears a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe this girl was produced by Andrew Acevedo.
Yeah. Gaspar line, Jampea.
So that is our
The east
left
wing.
room. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we're going back and forth on names for these, but the left room and the right room. So this is that third little triplet girl that I was talking about. She,
Oh, the 50% jam, double
yes.
head, caramel anery.
Yep,
Okay.
our big powerhouse girls, but she is wild pattern.
Yeah, see the color on this thing? Jam makes everything better. Look at that.
That's the
Look,
secret
she's got the
sauce.
super dark head,
Mhm.
just like your baby pure Jamp there. Like dark pigment on the head. I like their little skinny coffin shaped
Yep.
heads.
She's got the
Very
dainty
cute
ones
Jamps.
and the bright orange eyes.
Look at these big donuts going up there. Yeah, that's nice.
And she's got the silver that comes
Those are
almost up to her
crazy. Yeah,
dorsal
look how
stripe.
big those are.
So yeah, this is
Look
our
how
third.
good that looks. Doesn't that just look
Isn't she
good?
beautiful?
Jamp for the win. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What's your favorite look? The Jamp look with like those sexy silvers and awesome kind of like green and gray tones,
I have a feeling
or
this
the
is gonna be
Selayer,
slanted.
or the Selayer look, which is like okay with its lemon yellow head and giant inky black, gorgeous contrast.
It's big, don't mess with me eyebrows.
Yeah, right. The big bulldog looking heads.
Yeah. A snake
I
that
don't
knows
know.
what it wants, or this passive little like, oh, yes, I'll just... This is Francine. She shed last night, so she's got a beautiful new paint job.
That is
She-
crazy Annery Jamp.
Yeah.
looking. So you like her because she's a Jamp.
Yeah, we got this girl from Jeff Kelly. She was our first retic, actually. We got her, last, I don't know, March or so?
Yeah, April, I think.
But her iridescents are just amazing.
That was your first retic?
It was.
I
Yep.
didn't know.
Yep. And
Look at those eyes.
I was
She'll
Just
hold
super
still.
silver.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, I was talking about that pastel line Jampea. So that animal, the mother of your pure Jampea in there, is the grandmother of this snake.
Really?
Yeah. You're
We're-
welcome. Little tidbit.
we
Jeff
were-
Kelly got I think it was a 75% Jamp Annery that was her daughter. So,
We were talking earlier, Garrett's the ancestry.com of the snake of the retics.
but that's why she looks so cool.
It
She's
is.
like pastel line. Now she's
Yeah.
a lot darker than typical. Like her greens are like camo green.
Yeah.
Look at this. Can you guys even see the green in there? It's so dark.
Does the natural light bring it in?
Probably help anyway. So dark. Look at the white belly, and then just that silver and black. But people always like them just with the silver and black. I love the green on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the right accent to show you how colorless everything else is.
So we got this one recently, and I don't even know what she is. Remind
She's
me.
a Sunfire head anery.
She's a Sunfire Het Annery.
37.5 Kalatoa, 25 Jam.
And I said, we should name her Maple. Like, look at her color. She's amazing.
This is cool.
So I said, we should name her Maple. And Brian said, why? And I said, because she's got donuts all over her back, like a maple bar, you know? So I thought, maple bar, she's got
Constant
donuts.
Stream of donuts.
I know. And I said, either that or we're naming her Krispy Kreme. And he was like, okay, Maple it is. And then we saw Garrett's video talking about the Krispy Kreme line. And I said, I coined it first. And so she's got some hearts too, right there.
Funny story though, you guys didn't get this from me.
No, we got her from Aaron Metcalf.
And the Krispy Kremes came from Aaron Metcalf.
They did.
And this is the same clutch.
Same clutch. Yep.
So you guys, because we decided not to sell any of these because we think it might be a new morph.
Oh, really?
Or like a het of something, yeah. And I told Aaron,
You can't take her back with you.
you sent me all these new morphs, bud. What are you thinking? I better give these back. So I sent them all back to him because I was like, I don't think you really want me to sell these. I think there's something going on with them. Especially when I saw some older animals. You know, you were joking around about me being the what is it, Ancestry.com of Retics. But I was like, wait a minute, in my top 10 favorite of all time, if you guys go watch number 9, I always liked her because she had this cool striped pattern down the back with these open donuts in it. And then I remembered, wait a second, that's from the same bloodline. And I didn't realize it until afterwards because I've had her for 4 years.
Wow.
From when she was produced, you know, like back in the day from all the Travis Kubis original stock. Same sire, same dad produced that clutch, which had half of them in the clutch like that, as my animal. And that's when I was like, something's going on here. How funny that you saw it and thought to call it Krispy Kreme. And I saw it and I was like, if this was a morph, I'd call it Krispy Kreme.
I think we both just like to eat.
Yeah.
I see
must
things.
be.
I'm like, oh, food.
That reminds me, I have a donut sitting upstairs.
You do?
Yeah, I should go finish that.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for showing us the room. I really appreciate it. It's really good to see you guys.
You too.
And if you guys love tours like this, you're going to want to check this one out right here.